Kay.
Hello. So
Hi.
excited to be here so early.
Thank you for joining me this morning. It's time for 7 minutes of sunshine. And folks, I have a real treat for you. Lots of sunshine this morning, although both of us were a little, gosh, it's a little too early this morning, right, Kay?
Well, anyone who knows me knows that this is shocking. Everyone's shocked. Like literally the people I was texting this morning and they're like, girl, you up? Are you okay? Like what happened? I'm like, no, I'm here. I'm a little more awake than usual.
Well, thank you for crawling out of bed this morning. I know you even have your coffee. That's good. And I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to share your time with us this morning, to share your values and your superpower.
Thank you for having me. This is so much fun.
This is great. And just to share a little bit about you, I know you do a lot of volunteer work. You've done volunteer work with the Human Rights Campaign, and you graduated from Capital University, I see. And you are the marketing strategist for Equitas Health currently, but you also founded this most incredible company called Ollie Awake. You want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, thank you. Ollie Awake, that was an amazing intro. Ollie Awake is a gender equal clothing company. So we focus on reinventing clothing, fashion, and how it relates to gender. So, and by we, I mean Celeste Mavar Stewart and I. We've been doing this since like 2017. Our first collection was 2016. So we took a break in 2020 and to really focus on planning. And I was part of the LEAP Accelerator, which is an accelerator focused on LGBTQ founders. And really that helped us kind of like find our way. And it's actually very perfect that I'm on the show this morning because we just launched our like social media again yesterday at like 5 p.m.
Nice.
Like the perfect sort of like the universe is like, this is like the right thing and the right moment.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Well, I want to hear about your values and superpower. We create a little slide, and I'm going to go away and let you share.
Okay, perfect. Oh, there it is. Okay. Woo! Okay, it's me. I have the floor. So my values and superpower. Here we go. So the first one is I think I started with, honestly, it was hard to pick like a top four, but I started with joy. I think that that's kind of like at the end of the day, the thing that I want to if everything else was gone at the end of the day, if I can find joy, that's like a meaningful life to me. So that was kind of like an important word to pull out. And honestly, like all of these things represent joy, all of these photos, but holding one of my best friend's children for the first time, the photo with Vivian, little babe, was truly like a new kind of joy that I had not experienced before. So that's why I chose that one. The next one I chose belonging. I think that for any queer people and really just like people in general, like being able to have a group of people who understand you and you feel like you understand them is a gift in the world. And I feel like so privileged to be able to have truly incredible friends that have supported me, especially during the pandemic. You know, like they're the kind of friends that you can cry in front of. And I feel like everyone in the world needs people and friends, those connections that you are like, you can cry in front of. And these are those people. And I feel so, so gifted to have these people in my life. Commitment is a huge value for me. It's actually interesting because I've never been in like a committed romantic relationship in my life. But I think that, the family that I value, if there's any kind of thing that I look at those relationships and I'm like, what is the most important thing to me? Like commitment is the number one thing. It's kind of like, it's close to loyalty, but it's like different than that. It's more a choice in a way. Like loyalty sometimes feels like more like you'll do anything for someone no matter the thing. And I think commitment is like you make that decision every day to be there. And that is just like something I value a lot. And then success, I just had to put it in my kind of top four. I have like a hate-love relationship with the idea of success. And so I wanted to choose, when I was looking at the photos that I wanted to choose for success, I chose just like a photo of Celeste and I, because to me, at the end of the day, like, well, I've struggled with this. This has been like my struggle in life, is that I feel like I have to like be a certain like idealized version of success, in order to be like accepted or whatever. Uh, and it can get toxic like really fast. So it was kind of like a difficult thing for me to decide to put success in the top four. But when I look back on my life and I look back at like the things that I've accomplished, it's really like the relationships that I've formed that make me feel like I've been successful. So, like having Celeste there, like sometimes like just creating something and just forging like beautiful relationships and enjoying life and finding joy and finding belonging and finding commitment, at the end of the day, that is success, to me. And then the last one, or like my superpower, is vision. I had asked like a few people, like I was like texting my friends, I was like, what is like my superpower? It's so hard to like determine for yourself. But at the end of the day, that is the thing that I think, is one of like my like strong suits. So yeah. Oh, and I chose Ollie, a show picture from our show at the Museum of Art, when we had like 10 models all wearing like two different looks. So it was like the perfect culmination of our concepts, perfect culmination of like a creative vision. And it was just like seeing that, like seeing a vision become reality is just like such a special feeling. So yeah. Okay, that's that. I think I did it in like, maybe I did it in 5 minutes. Maybe I went a
No,
little.
you nailed it. You nailed it.
Okay.
You were like one of the most on-time guests I've ever had. On time should be one of your.
You told me like the time frame, and I'm like, okay, chop chop. Okay, pick it up.
Well, some really great ones. The success one, I really, really like that, Kay, about what really was a nice twist on that is how you define success, and
Yeah.
and then how you kind of bring in that you define success really by your other values, by experiencing your other values. Very unique take on it. Very unique. And then the superpower of vision. I couldn't think of a better superpower for somebody who is a visionary and starting their own company and their own clothing brand. So that's got to feel really good. And so let's just talk about that for a minute. Tell me when you realized that you wanted to start Ollie Awake. What was going on? How did that come about? Like, what was the aha?
Well, Tom, I think, really coming into it, I didn't even realize that this was happening at the time, but coming into a non-binary identity generally back then, it really flagged for me how much we're missing like a gender equal, gender neutral clothing approach in design. And having it be accessible and easy, something that you can just like, you don't have to go to like a haute couture, huge, like expensive fashion company to be able to get these ideas of, uh, whether your choice for this is androgyny, or maybe it's more of something on like gender neutral, or like crossing over into different kinds of like being outside the binary. It just felt like it was totally missing from every store. You go to any place and it's like divided. And it was really, really like it was just like gnawing at me. And it wasn't a thing where I was like, I want to start a company. That's like not where I like originated from with this. But I think that, as I was coming into my own understanding of who I was like simultaneously like annoyed that there wasn't options. And that's like how Ollie Wake really started. The whole journey that probably could take like a long time for me to tell you, but yeah. And I'm so grateful to have you as part of like our WeFunder and like, an investor in Ollie. And that's just like so exciting. And you've been like such a gift to have in my life, I should say. While we're here live, I really appreciate you a lot.
I appreciate that. Is your WeFunder still going?
Yes, we're still going. It's wefunder.com/ it's like plug, a shameless plug. Anyone who wants to jump on board and join this journey with us, it's definitely still live. So check it out if you're interested, for sure.
Perfect. So let me share a little bit more about that. I have put down just a little bit into WeFunder. So if you go to WeFunder and search Ollie Awake, you can actually invest in Kay's company, which is this a transformative company? I mean, imagine what I think is so cool is you get to put all your values to work there. You get to be who you are there, and you get to help other people kind of find who they are. And I think it's got to feel great to be able to do that. And it also takes a little courage and guts, which you obviously have, to be able to do that. And, so many people just talk about, oh gosh, wouldn't it be great if, but you were annoyed enough to go start your own company.
We're insane enough.
and it is insane. And, it's really good when you start your own company to not know a lot of things, because you're like, oh, if I only knew this, I don't know if I would have done it. But
right. Oh my God. I know people ask all the time. They're like, what if I start my own? I'm like, okay, well, know that it's going to be the worst thing you've ever done. And also the best, like in the same moment.
But you have to have a lot of vision. And obviously if you can be who you are and live those values, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Yeah. Well, I can't tell you how I'm excited I am for you. I appreciate you sharing your values and your superpower with everybody. I know that you inspired some folks today. I guarantee it. And I really appreciate you sharing a little sunshine this morning.
Oh, thank you, Tom. You're a ray of sunshine, and I'm just reflecting it. And it's just like the perfect way to start the day. So thank you for having me.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, remember, even when it's really damn cloudy, the sun is always shining, my friend. All right.
Put a rainbow in the clouds, as Maya Angelou would say.
All right. Unicorns and rainbows today. Hey, have a great day. And thank you for joining us. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.